Good one. Good morning to everyone in the United Kingdom. We're here 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. as usual. The Lakhi Singh Property Alternative Business and Property Solutions Community with Lakhi Singh, the Business and Property Fixer. I've got my words muddled up this morning, but I'm sure I will get back on track. Yes. And this morning we don't have Lakhi Singh, but we've got the lovely D20 man backstage, a lovely person, a lovely individual, lovely personality, a lot of positive thinking. We've had her on a few times, and I'm glad and happy and privileged to have her again. What I mean is have her on again. So, topic for today: dreams work and they don't work. Dreams don't work unless you do. And I've got a bit of a bone to pick with that saying of the week, because I don't think dreams work. I think people work. Dreams are objectives or goals, and any other dream is something that you do when you're sleeping. It's a dream. Dreams, dream car, dream house, dream family, dream holiday. What are these dreams? Dreams are unlimited. I think in reality, most things are limited. But anyhow, that's my philosophy for now. We're also going to have a newcomer on as well after we get D20 Manon. She's going to be hopefully, we're trying her out. She's a young lady from India. And we're going to have her on as our resident psychologist because she studied psychology. And I think a lot of what people are feeling and facing at the moment is around psychology and the nervousness and the stresses around psychology. So she may be an excellent person to have on and ask questions about your fears and woes and worries. But we'll have her on after about 10-15 minutes. The second part of today's topic. So this week's topic I've told you, and that is dreams work or dreams don't work, right? I keep getting it wrong. So dreams don't work unless you do. That's the weekly saying. And today's saying is, can't remember. What is it? Say. Yes, that's right. Is your business a reflection of yourself? That's a bit of a deep statement. Can your business be a reflection of yourself? I think it can. I think let's not think anybody running a chip shop is greasy and is tall and looks like a sliced potato. That's not what it means. It means the way you run your business, whether it is a fish and chip shop or a property portfolio company or a managing agent or a sweet shop. The style or the manner in which you run that is a reflection of you, and I think that does go down quite well. I think one of the questions we can put to the lovely Adviti, I think that's her name, is Adviti. We'll ask her, do people reflect themselves in their businesses? Right, before we continue, I will invite backstage the lovely D20 man. Good morning, my love. Good morning, D.
Good morning.
How you doing? How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Fine, thank you. Doing lots of work with people, so that's good.
Excelente, excelente. So I'm still waiting for this famous contract duet that we're supposed to be doing, and I'm very upset that you're not sort of making a deliberate effort to pull me up so I become famous like you, a famous singer. When are we going to have this duet? What type of voice do you think I've got? Can you imagine me? Am I more of a John Legend? Am I more John Legend? We
I thought
just ordinary people. Are we more? I'm just. Am I more? Am I more Elvis? Am I more? What am I? What do you think I am? What's my voice best reflective of?
well, to correctly, I would have to hear you singing different songs, but you've got quite a deep voice, so I would say you'd be very good at singing like baritone and that kind of thing
What type?
in the lower register. Like, you know, be a baritone. I think you're a baritone in the lower register of the voice.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's very good.
I will take that as a compliment, D. I think we have to do a duet. I think I am more John Legend. Excellent. I am more John Legend. Would you consider a duet with a voiceover John Legend?
John Legend. You have to pick a song.
All of me loves all of you.
That's the one. Yes.
What about that one? All of me.
That.
Is that what it's called? All of me, or
yeah?
Like that? Is that a good song? Is that very deep? Is that deep enough?
That's good. Yeah.
Excellent. Pardon? Okay. And what would you ideally want to? Who are you sort of like more like? I mean, I'm a sort of like more John. And who are you more attuned? What's your voice more attuned to? What do you suit? I know you say you do country music, but who in the country music is it? It can't be Ken Rogers because obviously he's a bloke. And it can't. Is it Dolly Parton? Are you a Dolly Parton lady?
No, when people have heard me sing, they say that I sound like Cher.
Ah, I love Cher. Okay, so you got Cher. What about the other lady? That real what was her name?
Oh, you're frozen.
A duet recently with what's his name? And the with the what's his name? What's her name? You know what I'm talking about? D. More like a woman. Am I frozen? Am I frozen?
Yeah.
We're like Madonna. Yes. Or something wrong with the internet? Back on. D, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
D, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. You're muted.
D, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I'm here.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Excellent.
Oh dear. We've lost VJ. Oh, he's back.
Okay. We're back. I'm back. Right. Are we there? Is it from the
Hello.
internet?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, yeah. So what's
You're
that
back.
lady? The country singer, country west singer, the one who sings more like a woman. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, sorry.
I'm trying to work out. She's got lots of nice songs. I I forgot the name now. Anyway, forget it. When it comes to me, I'll tell you. So
Yeah.
you're who are you like then, D? What's your voice more like then? They say you sound more like Cheryl.
Cher.
Is it?
Yeah.
Cher. Right. Okay. So
Yeah.
give me a song of Cher's that you are.
At this time in the morning.
Just a little sample, like I gave everybody. Made everyone jealous of my voice.
I can't. I'm trying to think of a song now. You put me on the spot, VJ.
I'll tell you a good song, a famous song. Cher's is "Can You Find Love After Love?" That's the one. Yeah.
Do you believe in life after love?
Wow.
That's the one.
That's the one. Wow. Right. Okay. I believe in love after love now. Since hearing you, have we got Adviti in the background yet? Don't have a ring yet? Okay, we continue then. Right, D, I'm going to ask you a question first. The saying of the week, dreams don't work unless you do. Is that correct as a statement?
Yes, it is. And I didn't think I was speaking about this today because when I was asked the topic was, is your business a reflection of yourself? That's the topic.
That's the second bit of the topic. We will also be discussing that in light of general discussion, because that's topic for today. But we have a underlying theme for the whole week, which is two things we have.
Dream.
So if you get bored of one, we always flip to the other. So yeah. So do you think dreams don't work unless you do, or do you think dreams are things that come true anyway, even if you're asleep? Come on.
No. A dream is a dream. I think you put on, and then I actually added a comment after during last week, and I said a dream is a goal without action.
And very, very astute, very deep. I like that. I didn't think of that.
Do you know what, VJ? It's my psychotherapist training. You know.
I like that.
So what happens?
So a dream is like a goal without action.
Yeah. And so really, we need to take action on our dreams. It's a little bit like, you know, when you wish, you blow your candles out on your cake and you make a wish. A wish will only stay a wish if you don't take any action to move forward and make it a reality. And a dream's the same as a wish. A wish is a dream is a wish. But we need to get from here to here, and that takes physical action.
Excellent. So, in definition, we could call it a drish, or we could call it a dream. Either way, a wishing is a dream, and a dream is a wish. We could call it a dream, or we could call it a dream. Either way, it is without any action. So it's like a fantasy, we could call it. Yes? Is it like a fantasy?
Because you're just using different words for the same thing. So a fantasy, a dream, a wish, and even a goal. A goal is just a dream if you don't take action on it. So you can switch that saying around.
I think there's a psychologist hidden away inside there, apart from the lovely voice. Cher. So Cher -D20man. I think there's a psychologist hidden away somewhere in the deeper parts. Right, the second part of today's question. Then we're gonna open that up now. Do people their psychologies or their characters, do they reflect in their business?
I believe it's the only way to run your business is to have it as a reflection of who you are. And what that means is your business can fall or succeed depending on who you are as a person. So if I were to say, people quite often go into businesses and they wonder why they only reach a certain ceiling of income or a certain level. And they quite often go, oh, I've been in this business and I only got to here, and I've been in that business and I only got to there. And especially within things like social selling, network marketing businesses, dotting around after the next shiny penny, and they make it a success up to a certain level, and then they wonder why they don't go any further. And they can fathom around in their heads what they can do to change that. And what people have to realize is every time you go from one thing to another, you always take something with you that you can never, ever leave behind. That's yourself.
Okay.
And so what we need to be doing is to be looking at ourselves and what we're doing to actually succeed or not succeed. So this is all about psychology of business, the psychology of sales, all of that kind of thing. So it's about what we have to realize is that you take yourself, and if you want to build a successful business, you must begin with the foundations of your business, and the foundation is you. So we need to.
Excelente. Okay, I'm gonna hold you up until there because I want to open up this topic. We have, talking of foundation, a gentleman with size 12.5 feet, 6 foot tall, or 6'4", like a skyscraper. So we're going to ask Lakhi Singh, what foundation does he lay in his extra large feet? Can we have Lakhi Singh, the property and business fixer, on, please?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning to you. We have Lakhi Singh. The topic. I'll let everyone say hello to each other first.
Hi, Dee, how you doing?
I'm very well,
Can you hear me
thank you.
okay?
Are you good?
I'm very well, thank you. Good.
Me and Dee are going to be doing a duet. So just letting you know, Lakhi Singh, if you don't see us in the future, because we've got a record label, I will see you in the back of the limousine one day. So,
that's good news.
Question is, are people reflections of their business? Do they reflect the character in their business? Dee's answered very deeply there. Say yes. You leave a footprint behind. When you leave an audience or a place or an activity, you leave something behind, which is your essence, your character, your personality, the impression you leave on people. I'm going to ask you now, Lakhi Singh, being it that you are about 6'4", you may be leaving a place, but the rest of your body probably takes a few hours to leave at the same time. So do you leave anything behind? Do you leave a function or a place or an event?
It's a tough question. Well, the intention is always to, I think either way I tend to leave something is I tend to remember other people. I'm not always worried about them remembering me. That's the way I look at it.
Okay, I mean, you can always say, there's another way of looking at it. You could do something totally obscene or rude or weird. People will remember you by that, but that's not going to leave a good impression, is it? That's the bottom line. So do you feel, Lakhi Singh, that in your business, do you have an element of your character, your personality that reflects in your business? Is that a correct
Well,
statement?
you're networking or meeting people. I think 90% is about how you come across and engagement. So technically, you have to leave some sort of impact with people. They've got to feel there's some sort of credibility or knowledge or ability to deliver something that they may wish to require. So I think you're gonna leave an impact. Otherwise, people won't remember you or contact you. So there's a bit of a balance as well. You don't really want to be leaving a negative impact or do too much. So there's a bit of a balance, but the idea is to just create a positive impression about yourself. Otherwise, what's the point of going out and meeting people if you're not going to be positive and be helpful?
Okay. Well, that applies. That will apply to. Pardon?
I was just saying that my usual.
Yeah. Well, that applies to something like networking, or where you have a bit like speed dating. You're only there for a few minutes or a few. What are you saying? What are you saying?
I haven't said anything.
What are you saying, Lakhi Singh?
Said I haven't said anything. I'm waiting for you to finish.
We'll talk to the. Okay, you haven't said that's right. It took you a long time to say that, but I understand. Yeah. So the question I'm asking you, Lakhi. Okay. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, it's all right for networking and sort of moving and shaking. But what about a business that you run, something that's your business? Is there an element of your personality in that business? For example, you could be running a law firm. The way you treat your clients and your customers could be tailored around the way you see service provision. So leaving a little bowl of sweets in the front of reception for the children of the families that are coming to see you at your local firm. A little gesture of kindness to the children. What I'm trying to say to you is, are these things reflection of the way you are, or are these things merely marketing gimmicks?
Well, it depends on the person. Some people are genuinely themselves, and actually they will reflect what they're like in their business. And if they're very people orientated, the people will get a good impression about the business as well by default. But I think most instances in business, the businesses are all about positioning themselves and marketing themselves in a way that people can identify with the brand in a very positive way, so they can make more sales. It's very money driven, to be honest, on the whole. VJ Sal seems to have frozen. Is that for you as well?
Yeah, it seems to have gone again. There's just the two of us, Lakhi. What we're going to talk about now?
Plenty to talk about, I'm sure. So
Yeah.
I think it's back again now.
I'm back,
Yeah.
waiting for technicals to be fixed. Are we back? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're having a lot of technical problems at your.
Yeah. Can you continue, Lakhi, with your answer, please?
I've already answered.
Okay. So I'm going to pretend like I heard what the answer was to my question. And I'm going to jump over to Dee now and ask her, what do you say about the same question? Are marketing gimmicks merely marketing gimmicks, or can you actually add a sense of your personality, your business? So we're not talking about networking and meeting people, in some seminar or whatever. I'm talking about your business. You've got a fish and chip shop. Can your personality be seen in your fish and chip shop? Yes or no?
Yes, of course it can, because you've got to remember that you are your business. People don't buy your product, by you. And if they like you and they identify with you, and you offer them something that is extra to the product, that you have good customer service, that you're always, you know, your customer first, that kind of, it's a new way of thinking from years ago. I used to work in a shop when I was a teenager, and the one lesson that we got taught was the customer is always right, even when they're wrong. And we do actually be the person that we would, you know, want to be. And if you don't work on yourself, then your business will want it to thrive in. So that's where your foundation is. You can put a bowl of sweets anywhere, that's fine. But if you're a nasty person, no, it doesn't work. You have to be the right person. You have to work on your skills, because if you don't, you end up with poor performance from your staff. You end up with staff conflict. You end up with low production and low sales, and your company will fail. And then one that's same as you, that's the same thing as you, will thrive because they've got it right up here. And it's just, like I said, the psychology of sales and business.
Okay, let's take that statement there and come back to Lakhi Singh then. Lakhi Singh, I'm wearing a shirt and a tie. I'm looking smart. I've got an ice cream parlor. It's called Sal's Icy Creamy Parlor. And I meet everyone with a friendly face. I treat my staff properly. But all of my icy creamy is more icy, less creamy. Can I get away with it?
Not for long, because soon the word will spread that you're a man of ice.
I'm a man of ice. But I've got excellent customer service. I'm listening to you. I am making sure that your needs are being met. And I'm making sure all my staff are happy, even if they're being underpaid. But I'm telling them, be cheerful, be bright, look towards the upside of everything. And I call, and everyone knows me for VJ Sal, the icy creamy man. But are they actually getting what they have expected, or are they going to then behave subject to what they are expecting? So in a icy creamy shop, are they looking for icy creamy, or are they looking for a friendly place? How do you balance that? D, the question comes back to you.
Okay, so you're not giving your customers, if you sell them a product they expect, but it's not just about one thing or the other. You know, what we're talking about is successful, and at the bottom, and the bottom is you. If you have a good work ethic, if you open on time, if you serve your customers the right product and make sure it's icy and creamy and that kind of thing, then, you know, you're giving them everything. But you can't have one without the other. You have to share the two. And ultimately, it will rise all on both of those things. So, but definitely, it all comes down, all starts with you as a business owner.
Excellent. I think I bought into what Dee said there. I was trying to carve out something, but it's not going to work because Dee's happened to convince me that yes, it starts with you. You are the point of change. So Lakhi Singh, are you a reflection of your business? Do you manifest what you are, your values in your businesses? And because you have lots of businesses and you're a bit of a mover and a shaker, are you able to transmit what you are in your? Are you taking yourself as being pinnacle to your business? What of the fact that you have more than one different business? Where do you draw the line in decentralizing your personality on your businesses? What tools do you use to make sure quality expectation is met?
So most of our products are obviously service-led, so it's all about talking to people and understanding their needs. And obviously, I can't be involved in every aspect of what they do. So ensuring that people, when we meet people, let's say they want to raise bridging finance, or they're looking for money for a development project. What we do is we have regular meetings so that people down the line dealing with the processing or the invoicing or any aspect of communication, they're in sync with what I'm saying. And then if I get regular updates and clients do ever come back to me about any question, I already know what's going on, and I can help them to make sure that they feel comfortable with whatever's going on, because things may be quite different once you speak to a client and then they end up speaking to our due diligence department and find they said they wanted 10 million, but reality is that they wrote 10,000 in the application or something. So you get these sort of weird misunderstandings sometimes. But if you're in regular communication with the client, which I normally am, usually by the hour, then never really have that sort of misunderstandings.
Excellent. So you're saying diligence is one of the keys to providing good service. So my question hasn't been answered really, because I'm saying you've got more than one business. We're not talking about one shop. We're saying you've got 10 shops. How do you maintain the personality or the reflection of the owner across 10 shops? What tools do you use? D, the question comes across to you now. Pick your brain, because you're the one who stopped me carving out new questions. You should be punished. Naughty girl.
The thing is, we have to duplicate what we've already done in one shop, and it's all application, and then you repeat everyone.
So what type of tool
you work out what's working.
Do you have 10 Ds?
So you need to systems, and you can't just. You just split yourself into 10 different pieces and just. So yeah, you just duplicate it. You make sure you get it right first time. You've got your systems in place. You're looking for all the opportunities to continue to draw in, and then you have to have a good work ethic to make sure that you can go into the next one and duplicate that again, and you will build a business that is thriving. That's how companies make these big companies. They duplicate it because it was a success in the one place, so they just duplicate that. You've just got to look at places like McDonald's, KFC, all of those places, all the same exact when you go in, you know exactly what you're going to get, and everything's automated, everything's right, because the systems are right, the systems work, they train the staff in the same way, and everybody knows exactly what they're getting. So you can do it in a small shop, or you can do it along multiples. Just duplicate what you've done before. Excellent.
Okay, Lakhi Singh, duplication is the key to expectation and keeping the personality or the thread of your personality across multiple sites. So duplication or good processes and systems, like B says. So how do you interpret that, Lakhi, in your business? What are you doing in your business that gives you duplication or conformity, we can call it? How does that happen?
Well, like Dee said, it's using systems. So we've got a CRM system, we've got an accounting system, we've got you seem shocked, VJ Sal.
No, I didn't get shocked. I just heard a certain word that gave me a shock.
Is that some sort of convulsion?
So yeah, it's like more of
Is that quite chronic? Is it?
sign from the universe.
Yeah.
Yes.
So having the systems in place means that everybody can look at the same notes, same information, and they can see all the different touch points at which the client's been contacted through the process. And then when we are having regular meetings, which is also useful, without even communicating with each other, we can actually just do a quick check on what's going on with the client as we're scaling up. When you're dealing with a particular business unit, if you're dealing with 5-10 clients per day, it's not going to be possible to be able to have meetings about all of them. So you can, but for certain parts of the company, we might be doing one client per week because it's a very large transaction. So that's going to be easier to keep up with. But it's only a point in time where Lakhi Singh-The Property Fixer may not be able to keep up with the thousands of clients we've got in certain business units. So that's the solution.
Excelente, excelente. Right. So I'm going to go back to D now, and I'm going to say, right, you are a person who obviously has a deeper thinking about money, about human nature, helping, supporting people. What type of advice can you give people in this difficult environment? People who've want to work for their dreams, but their dreams can't actually be realized because there is a lockdown. How do you, or how do we give these people some sense of proportion or reasonability in what's happening to them? Looking at the environment and what's happening at the moment and the lack of controls they have on their business models.
So very difficult to actually move forward in a way that you may have wanted to or expected to. So what I would suggest to people is that we need to look at what our strengths are, and we need to then make sure that we draw on our strengths at a time when things are very confusing, uncertain. So in that respect, as with everything within a business, strengths, weaknesses, your character, your beliefs, all of them will shape your business. And when you can't actually move forward at the moment because things are locked down or whatever, then we need to look at that element and say, what can I do with this at the moment? I can't do that thing, so what else is there on my list that I can do? And is there something that is within me that I need to change or adapt? Ultimately, your business will grow to the extent that you do. And it's really, really important. Focus on yourself, focus on your beliefs, on your strengths, notice any weaknesses that you've got and, tweak those and change those. And then when time's right again, you can adapt and change. There are such things as transferable skills. And so if you don't believe your business is going to survive the lockdown, what transferable skills do you have that you can use and move into something else?
Right, we've got a shout out while we're waiting for Dee to come back. And that shout out is to John Smith, Ali Feary, and Mandy. Right, good shout out to everyone. We've got about 8 to 10 people watching us on YouTube. Lakhi, right, based upon what Dee's just said, fuck us, she said, basically. And we're saying certain things have to have a clear fuck us. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I think certain things do need to focus, otherwise they're going to get lost in the system.
Yes.
I think as simple as that.
Right. Okay. Okay. It's a short answer. I'm having expected a slightly broader answer on focusing things. Because we're all involved in it. I'm going to come back to D. I'm going to say D. It is a difficult situation. It's a dire situation. Couldn't someone say to you that being too involved in your business, personalizing your business in terms of being too engulfed in it, too entrenched in it, could become somewhat psychological? It can have a psychological impact on you, especially with what's going on at the moment. When what you try to transmit in your business, which is a reflection of you, is being somewhat curtailed or diminished, not by your own actions and the fact that you've gone out there and you've tried to set good rules and good values, but by the fact that the market out there is totally, it's dead. Could that not have a negative effect on you if you become too personalized or too entrenched in your business? How do you strike the balance? How do you keep your arm's length from personalizing or personifying your own person on your business? Where's the line? Where's that fine line?
What we have to understand is there are so many things that we don't have control over, and all we can do as somebody who has their own business, I've got my own business, I'm a psychotherapist, I work with clients, I've been a psychotherapist now for 20 plus years, and my business has had to adapt and change, but the reason why I've pivoted my business, taken a different angle, is because of me. It's because of who I am. It's because of my psychological strength. And you've got to be able to strike a balance between what you can control and understand what you can control. And we need the grace to understand that. So I'm only focusing on what I can control. I'm keeping in touch with people who I need to keep in touch with. I'm supporting the people, and I need support for myself. And that's what any business owner needs to do, because when things start to become freer again, then we're going to. It's a bit like having a flood, isn't it? The place gets flooded. We have really bad weather. Place gets flooded. You've got to come in and you've got to start cleaning up and moving on. That's the best analogy I can use. But it's about keeping in touch with the people that you need to keep in touch with and getting support yourself and keeping a clear head. Nobody is saying that we need to be completely focused on the business, because we need a balance. We can't function if we don't balance, because we get burnt out, and burnt out isn't a good place to be. So that's what I would say, is create some balance and, do what you can and stay balanced and stay focused. And keep positive.
Right, okay. So coming back to you now, Lakhi Singh, focusing and keeping positive, two other words, keeping positive. Now, I remember back in the days when you were talking about your life and your times, you said when you first got into this business of rescue my property and the associated services, you would find it hard to sleep, to rest, because you were carrying the burden around of your clients with all their stresses. How would you have now handled that time in light of what Dee said? Focusing and also keeping positive. How would you strike the balance now?
I think I think there's a certain amount of detachment that you're going to have. Otherwise, you're forever going to get worried about people's problems, because if you want to scale up as a business, you can't personalize the business, I think, as much as I might have been doing in the beginning. I mean, the question is, there's only so much I can do on my own. If I'm personalizing it, I may only be able to deal with maybe 20, 30 clients at a time in a week at tops. But if I detach myself, I can help as an organization, as a system, as a process, as a team. We may be able to do multiples of 10 or 100 with the systems in place, the team in place, and me not sort of worrying about every single person's problem, because it's not really going to be helpful to the client or to ourselves in terms of creating something that's scalable. And then, so rather, what my thinking now is, how do I touch 1 million lives rather than try to help 10 or 20 people by being on the phone to them all the time. So there's a fine balance, obviously, from time to time. Some people have very chronic requirements in their business, and they require a lot of hand-holding because they need emotional support. So I give that sort of extra time, but sort of somewhat limited now, because it just means that we end up spending so much time with one particular client, and things that won't work that way from a scaling up point of view.
Okay, so what you're saying is, in certain things, you're gonna have to compromise in what you do, what you don't do, and how you manage your time. Okay, let's suppose you have a business like Dee's Lucky, where she's providing psychological support to people. I assume that's what you do, Dee, and I apologize if I've still got it wrong. So she is. Is it a Are you a psychologist or a psycho practitioner? What are you?
I'm a qualified psychotherapist.
Psychotherapist, right? Okay. So she's a psychotherapist. I assume
that's why she's not come to help you, Vijay.
Yes. Okay. So let's suppose psychotherapy needs physical interaction. You need to have someone there on the couch for you to talk to them and heal them. How do you see Dee adjusting her business model when everything is virtual and you can't really interact and you're not allowed to really go out there and visit people or call people in? Or how do you think her model could or should change?
I mean, if Dee wanted to scale up, she could actually, got maybe 5 different strategies I can think of. So first is she could take the business more online. So people could have a 24-hour bot where people can ask questions. So she could do initial consultation with them online with basic questionnaire just to understand their requirements, which could be just filled in online. Secondly, she could go a bit more regional and have, let's say, 5 offices in the main cities in the UK. And from there, she could have a local practitioner that may be just as qualified as her, but they may not be as good as marketing. And but Dee gets into the lead generation. And then she could do some sort of fee split with them. for doing the initial consultations. But if she finds that some of them are a bit more junior or trainees, they could probably do the initial assessments with them, collect the information, and then they could have a more comprehensive understanding if it's a particular requirement that they've got. So there's probably various ways of dissecting her business model. She could also diversify and offer other services for chronic pain, not just psychotherapy. It could be using frequency devices, for example. She'll be working with those practitioners. So she could be working with physiotherapists where people got physical pain, or people with microcurrent devices that do more microcurrent tech to try and help the person. So she could offer more of a holistic solution with her business as well. And then it gives her more armory to be a one-stop shop in the physical health industry rather than just the chronic pain industry. So I think, the potential is huge. And but there's only one detachment, so we have to remember that.
Okay, I like that. Very unique, very signatory. So this micro machine is just like a cattle prodder, is it? Like you just go around prodding people with a 240-volt type of stick. Is that the way it works?
No, these are low amps, so they don't really affect you at any sort of. There's no pain at all. Just low level of electricity that goes through your body. But it helps to actually improve your cells in a particular part of your body. Depends where you point it to. So I myself am just learning about this microtechnology. In fact, I've got an appointment for my lovely mother today at 1 o'clock with a practitioner.
Regards to your mother, Lakhi Singh, a lady who has indeed got a lovely child, 6'4", and all credit goes to your mom for bearing with you. So yeah, Dean, I'm going to ask you: can you see yourself walking around with a cattle prodder fixing people?
I already do. So most of the things that Lakhi has just said, I have changed my business and it's now online. I've been using frequency device myself with clients. I'm part of the same business that he's talking about. So, I'm already doing those things. There's a couple of things that he mentioned that I'm going to actually look at and think about. Yes, all this going on. So yes, I'm already doing that. I use the device on myself. I also use it with my family, with my friends, and with clients. And I use it on with them. So yeah, I'm doing it. And yes, very good. It's an excellent tool in the box.
Excellent.
And duplicating.
And you got this tool from the local. You picked this tool up from the local farm, the cattle prodder.
Sadly not. They don't seem to sell them there.
Okay, so give us an insight about this this device. How does it work? What does it do? And how does it? And can it? And is this an extension of your personality? Do you give light currents to people when you're fixing them?
Right. So it's a very small wearable frequency device. I was trying to reach mine actually. I don't know if it's there. I'll just get it. Oh, here I am.
Okay, you got it. That's good.
This is what it looks like, a little device. And basically, it's a frequency device that sends a very small frequency into your body via electrodes connected to your wrists or your ears. And it's a closed loop, and it helps cells to regenerate and resonate at the right frequency for health. So it's all about well-being, it's all about your sense of your psychological and emotional health as well, because
Excellent.
all pain has a psychological component to it. So that's what I'm using it for.
Excellent. Okay, so it's a bit. I'm not going to say I'm not disappointed, because I was expecting something quite long, like the kissy stick, with a big electrical plug on it or something. It doesn't seem that harmful. It seems quite passive. Lakhi Singh, what do you say? Are you using this? So is that what you're saying? Or are you being treated by this contraption? This what say you have this tool?
Yeah, also I've got a Healy as well, and been using it now for about at least about 3-4 weeks, and I'm finding it very useful actually, because it's sort of literally changes your whole blood flow and your circulation. So it's really helping with my well-being anyway. And it's I'm trying to optimize my health. So this is one of the ways of doing it. I don't think you have to have necessarily a problem to be using it. But if you're in good health, you can. If you're looking to win the London Marathon or something, then this might help.
Okay, so I mean, it's like
Even last night when I was driving home, I thought I would love to just run from the office back home. That'd be good fun. That's the sort of feeling you get after wearing my Healy.
or being chased by the local law enforcement. That can probably work.
Well, as long as it's an hour run, it should be all right.
Okay, right. We've got a big shout out, Sajo Patel. Finally, Sajo, you're back after so many weeks and days. We have missed you. And also shout out to Cam Patel. The Patels have come back together again. Very nice. Thank you so much for listening. Shout out to both of you. Before we go over to Dee for her last word, Dee, give us your last word, something to summarize today's discussion. You said dreams really are goals without the work. So can you give us a summary on the dreams that do come there in your lifetime? Have you had dreams that come true while you've been asleep without having to work? And do you say that this electronic capture, what's it called? The vibrator, is it? What is it called? The Healy. That's right.
The Healy.
A Healy. Is your Healy a reflection of your personality, Dee? You can answer both questions at one time.
I find that if I have a dream and I believe that I want it, if it's a dream that I'm passionate about, then I make it happen. It's the only way to make your dreams happen is to take action. So I want everybody to do that. And the frequency device is a tool. It's just a tool, and I'm using it on clients' health as a way to help with their well-being and sense of vibrancy and health. So if you don't have issues, it's still good, because prevention is better than cure, isn't it? And if you have some issues, then it can also help with those as well. So it's a tool. It's a very, very good tool.
Right. So it's a tool, and it's not really it's not all a reflection of your personality, because you're a bit more than a tool. I can see you being more of a person. Lakhi Singh, what do you say, sir? Dreams, are they objectives without the hard work? Have you just gone to sleep and woke up in the morning and found a nice big check out there in your letterbox? But did you have to work for it? And that's not really a dream. So we're talking about real dreams, not dreams like we were talking about when you've gone to sleep and you wake up and you get something that was an objective that came true. Because obviously you must have done some work for it. And can you please tell us how you feel your personality reflects across the alternative business and property solution community?
It's a lot of questions in one go. Answer is yes.
All right, okay, a bit of a I would call that a, how was it now, an anti, and was it anti, what was it called? What did they call them? The anticlimax, that's right, it's one of the anticlimaxes. Right, we have to say goodbye in the last 10-15 seconds of today. Lovely speaking to everyone. Lovely, Dee, for having you as usual. And when I mean having you on the show with us. Lakhi Singh, thank you as always. To see you together or tomorrow, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. Monday to Friday.
Take care, guys.
Take care.